are you seeing what I'm showing you? It's like a skull, somewhat, okay? But you're seeing her auritic thing. They're giving you the impression that it's white. But when I look at it in my computer, I see it as being a blue, okay? Because that's who and what she's about. Now, the blue is this blue that is there in the essence, and she carries the light. And she's been protecting this book and the fountain of the waters of immortality. This waters and this fountain has been talked about for centuries. And they went down into, what is that? That Spanish area. Yeah, whatever. I can't think of it right now. But these guys, they all talk about the search of the fountain of life. The movie called The Fountain, The Search of Life. A, B, C, without going into detail and tangent off. Currently, this movie is dealing with where we are in the class. Now, here is the thing about this movie. This book and this individual here, she is also the keeper of the book. What blew their mind is that when the archaeologist and his wife and the team of archaeologists, when she opened up the book that was written, the book was not written in modern Chinese. If you notice, the Chinese and the ancient are very, very similar. It was written in the ancient Chinese, and they called it what? Do you remember that in the movie, Aliyah?
Sanskrit.
They said the Sanskrit, and when they showed it, they showed very similar to our language and the O without having the dot. And when I seen that, I was like, whoa, can anybody read this? And she said, I can. But because he had killed her lover, and he was about power, he had denied the true aspect of what the life of immortality was about. And he was turned into stone, etc., all they say. Clay, stone, whatever. The thing is that this book, when she opened it, also floated, and it made this around her, an ark. And this ark that was there, she was staying here in the middle, and there was the book. And she began not to speak in Chinese modern, she spoke in the ancient. The thing is that in the ancient is where a lot of things are established. The gatekeeper is basically, and 99% of the time, a female. The thing is that our females have been given a responsibility of keeping a man happy sexually and otherwise, and giving her a title, she's a shorty or whatever, or hoe, whatever. But they don't understand who and what she is, and neither do she. And there's a line of females who are hidden in the majestic light of Ayah, who are born, who have the birth gate, who have this same kind of spirit. They see things, but don't understand things. In their time of being born, they also get these gifts, and they invite things in unknowingly. They have a movie coming out called Mirrors, where this little boy is sitting in front of a huge mirror, talking like all children do and old people do to themselves. But then the boy gets up and the image is still there, and the mother looking, whoa, and she freaks out. So mirrors. Every time that you look in a mirror, you're looking at a reflection of yourself from the opposite. You can't look in the mirror and touch this side and be there. It's the opposite. So you have to look at this. So what they did was when they opened up this book and created the ark, which is around her auric field, and there it was here, they showed a compass. And in this compass, you had to put where it was water. And in this circle of water, you had to put, it was dry, but they had that needle that goes there. You know, you've seen them. And it was inside a bowl within a bowl. So they had to put water in there, clean water. And when they put that clean water in there, the needle began to move. But then he said, you know, the guy that's in all the movies, you know, the #1 actor. He said, oh no, that's not right, because see, they're adjusted to the untrue North Pole. Remember that in the movie? And he said, we got to turn it around to the true, because ancients dealt with the opposite in which we're dealing with, which is not the true north. So they had to turn this, like this round table, and when they turned this round table that was around, and when they did this, they knew that they had this water, and they knew that when they turned this table and they had this water in here. See, I'm doing this kind of like a show and tell because I have to show you something, because these are important things that they're showing you. And when I was sitting there looking at the movie, I said, they're giving away some things here. And the way that the movie is written and the way that the movie comes out, they give you enough, and then all of a sudden they shut it down and say, let's end the movie. Go stab him. And you're like, what the hell just happened here? And that's how the movie ended. You're like, what? What? Am I right? Yeah. It's like, okay, they were fighting and there was a great fight scene, and all of a sudden they go, bam! You're like, the movie over with? Oh, okay. And you see the titles, you're like, okay, it is over with. Yeah, all right. You're like, so they were trying to show certain things, and maybe they'll show it, but I noticed something. They said that the next one is going to be going down to mummy #4. It's going to be going down into guacamole or guacamole. What's guacamole? That's a food. Okay, no, that's a food. Green thing. Avocado. Yeah. I must be hungry. But they're going to be going down there toward the Mayans is what's happening. Okay. Now, here's the thing. So they're in China because of this thing, and this is just a week, 7 days before we start the Olympics. Now, let's get back to where we are. Now, when they had this here, and they began to see the structure of this, and then the circle, a circle within the circle, and they had this going here, and they had this going here, what happened is that they put the water inside that, and that needle began to spin, but it started toddling. And when it began to toddle, they said, no, it's wrong. So they had to turn the whole round structure so that the true north is really the south. If you look at Egyptian Delta or all the African, so-called African, because Africa is named after 2 gay men, not what you think it is, in this Greek